this life I keep on crashing and I keep collapsing. I'll lose my faith. Safety ain't gone none, and it's restful until I'm on one. Life a movie is a marathon. Now I'm staring at the starlight, waiting for directions, got in the way. And this life I keep on crashing and I keep collapsing. I'll lose my faith. Safety ain't gone none, and it's restful until I'm on one. Life a movie is a marathon.
Gamble Factory, what is going on? It's been a while. I think it's been since Monday. So we definitely miss you guys. We're excited to be back talking some NFL prize picks for the Sunday slate tomorrow. We got a full day of it. I love it when we have the early games. I just get to sit on the couch and watch football for the entire day. So it's nice. Super excited to be back. Ready to talk some football. Tyler, how you feeling?
Yeah, I'm good. I'm glad to be back talking football. Kind of had a week off a little bit. Just kind of got busy and couldn't get back to the streams. But it's nice to see everybody. See some comments, cook some slips, and nice to be ready to rock and roll again for some NFL action.
Heck yeah, dude. I think we're gonna have some good plays. We were talking about them already. We're definitely liking the props. We got some absolute wagons to talk about, and then we can answer some questions, hang out. Maybe cook up another community slip. I don't think last week's did. I think last week's actually did it go like 4-2.
Yeah, I think it's like 4-2.
Yeah, it's not too bad. Got sold on unlucky one, but I mean last week our slip went for 10x. Thanks to was it Tyrod Taylor getting DMP'd? So
Yeah, you got hurt a
so
little bit.
it was nice to finally take down a big time cash on stream. We were definitely overdue for it. Um, NBA, it's been nice. Hit a big Flex Friday slip last week. Had so many other close calls, so I've been glad that NBA's back. But ready to talk some football again because it's been a while. So, do you want to get things started?
Yeah, I can do that. I'm gonna go to my very first prop, who has been a wagon when he is given playing time, and that is my man David Mayo. He is at 7.5 tackles and assists. And this man has hit this in every game but one when he's had the proper playing time. And so he's getting back to that now. Last year, he had only three games playing over 80% of snaps. And he finished with 9, and then 7 tackles in the other one. So a guy who just really tends to find the football. And he's been getting the playing time the last couple of weeks as well, and has covered that in both of those with 11 and 9 tackles. So I think the line is a little bit too low, especially with the Patriots, who tend to run the ball Patriots tend to be at home too, so I think that leans to more running with Ramondre Stevenson and Ezekiel Elliott. And David Mayo's just a tackle machine when it comes to running backs, and even Ramondre's been more active in the passing game over the last couple of weeks. So the books like this as well. And so that matches kind of my research that I've done. And I think the books favored this like over minus 140-ish or something like that. So I'm not going to be surprised when this one gets bumped to 8 at some time tomorrow. Maybe if you're during the stream, as they all know, that happens quite a bit to us. Because I do feel like this one should be a little bit higher. But I do really like this one.
Heck yeah. No, I'm all about it. I know you, when you bring up a tackle prop, dude, it's usually pretty spot on. So I'm pumped for it. Our guy Ivan said, dude, we'll never figure out the mic issue ever. So just,
yeah.
I think a lot of people have gotten used to it. I don't know if it's the way we do it. I'm not sure. But, I mean, the more problems with the mic, usually the better the slip is. I think there's a correlation there. So
yeah, I think so.
Maybe one day we'll get somebody to help us out and tell us what we're doing wrong. But if it worked last week, so let's do it again. I'm gonna go ahead. I'm gonna go overseas for this prop, and it's a prop that I love. I take it a lot on stream, and it's our boy Travis Kelce. Absolutely love him tomorrow. He's covered, I'm thinking his 18 fantasy score is going to be the prop for me. He's covered this in 4 or 7 games this year. Kelce has actually played 2 international games, so I went and looked at those to see how he did, see if the jet lag really bothered him. One game was just in Mexico, I believe. It was against the Chargers. He went 7 catches, 92 yards, and a touchdown. And then in 2015 is when Alex Smith was his quarterback. That was across the pond. Alex Smith only had to throw 26 times because they won by 30, but he still had 6 catches, 49 yards, and a touchdown. So he had a touchdown in both. I love Travis Kelce to score a touchdown tomorrow. He's like minus 125 on DK, and that's like the book that has it the lowest on too. Like all the other books have him a higher chance to hit. So Vegas thinks that the Chiefs are going to score 26 points. It should be a competitive game, competitive high-scoring game. I put a game stack out on it. Loving this game, targeting this game for sure. And I just think the Chiefs have a big bounce-back spot after a disappointing game on offense last week. They didn't even score a touchdown last week. And then Travis Kelce, he's been, for whatever it's worth, he's been quoted on saying that jet lag doesn't seem to really affect him. I don't know how true that is. It's him saying that. But I mean, he's played 2 international games and he's got a touchdown at both. So I love Travis Kelce. I think, I mean, he's got like 15.5, 16 projected fantasy score, not including a touchdown, just based off of his props on Prizepicks. He can hit his fantasy score prop without scoring a touchdown. I think he gets a touchdown personally. It makes it easier for us. So locking in Travis Kelce over 18 fantasy score.
Yeah, it doesn't hurt that the Dolphins have given up the 7th most receptions to tight ends at all.
That helps.
Doesn't hurt that they've given up the 7th most yards and the 3rd most touchdowns. So yeah, the Dolphins have been successful or susceptible to the tight end, and it's Travis Kelce, who is the best tight end. So
absolutely,
obviously a great prop tomorrow. So kind of love that a lot.
Yep, get us started off on the right foot tomorrow. Then we'll just have 5 more to sweat out as the day goes on. So,
well, actually, four more to sweat out
Oh,
because I'm going to go Jalen Waddle's receptions.
gonna get two of them out of the
Uh,
way, right?
yeah,
Nice and early.
absolutely. I mean, you go to Waddle, who has really picked up his usage over the last couple of weeks. He's averaging over 8 targets a game in the last four. He's covered those receptions lines and four straight, with one of those just being a push. But he's had double-digit targets in 2 games, 9 and 1 the other. So, again, just really much more involved as of late in the offense, and with a great game total here in 50.5. I think that it lends to a lot of passing, some openings, and obviously I don't know if the Chiefs are really going to want to let Tyreek Hill get off on them. So I think, they probably spend a little bit more time messing with Tyreek and then giving some opportunities to Waddle. And he's already heavily involved in the offense anyway. Excuse me. But Tua is projected to throw around 36 times. I mean, I think you could give him 20 to 25 completions, and I would think a good portion of those go to Waddle. So I love the over 5. He's favored heavily over 4.5 receptions, and the books all have moved this to 5.5 now. And it's on the under 5.5, but it's not a significant under, and it's been going up all day long. I don't see any reason to not take that line.
Yeah, no, I like it. Getting a little game stack here going. Vegas is projecting a lot of offense, so I just should be a close game. I think they're going to give the fans over there a really good game to enjoy. I mean, I like that a lot. Both teams having to pass the ball. It's one of my favorite games to target for props too, so you can't go wrong there at all. Moving back to the USA games, I'm going to a wagon of ours, AJ Brown. I really think that we've taken him on stream for 6 straight games, which is when he started this run. Ever since he complained about needing the ball, they've gotten it to him. He has had 6 straight games of over 125 yards, not just over this line, over 125 yards, and I believe that's a record. Prizepicks and the sports books, in my opinion, are disrespecting him. I guess they're thinking the Cowboys are going to lock him down. I don't see it really happening. 83 is just way too low for this AJ Brown line. I said it last week that I'm going to keep taking it till at least it gets to 100. And I think it went down. I think last week it was higher. Should be a good game environment. I personally don't think Dallas's secondary or defense is too much to write home about. They've played a bunch of bad teams. They've been in a bunch of bad blowouts. They've really only played 2 good offenses, and that's the 49ers and the Chargers. Last week, they kind of held the Rams in check, yes, but you got to think Stafford got hurt like right at the beginning of the half. So Stafford was probably going to put up some numbers against that defense in the second half if he played. So I see no reason why AJ doesn't continue to see 8+ targets, even 10+. It's really hard to just try and take AJ Brown out of it, because then you're going to give up a bunch of yards to Goddard, to Devontae Smith. Julio Jones is on the team now. So you can't really just only focus on him. Otherwise, you're just going to give it up on the other side of the field to Devontae Smith. I'm going to keep taking it. He's going to keep giving us 100-yard games this season. If it's at 83.5, you got to just take the over.
Yeah, I agree. I don't understand why it dropped this week. I don't think the Cowboys are, to be honest with you, are that great. I know they've had some great cake matchups and have limited some of those teams, but this is not a team that they can limit because there's too many weapons.
Mm-hmm.
AJ Brown is too good, and I just find that line extremely disrespectful, just like you said.
Yep.
All right, and then I'm going to go to my last prop, which is another prop that I feel like we've said every single week for the last
I think you're right.
3 or 4 weeks, which is Alvin Kamara over 15 carries. It's obviously a bumped prop at 14.5, pretty heavily favored over. But I don't think it really matters. You look at this game, and it's just an incredible game environment for him. The Saints are favored over the Bears by 8. And that's just a running game script all day long.
Oh, yeah.
He's hit this in 4 straight games. He's with 19 carries, 22 carries, 17, 17. Like he's just being fed the rock. And even game one, the very first game back, in a losing effort, he had 11 carries. They just want to give him the ball in any way possible. So I just find this line odd. I would think this would be closer to possibly 16 and a half, especially with the game script and the way it is. So I don't know. I just don't get it. They gave Jamal Williams just 6 carries last week. I think that's probably pretty accurate. I think we can expect that again. But I would think you get Kamara over 15 all day and you just take it. I don't see anything wrong with it. The game script's too good, and he's too involved.
Yeah. I do think the Bears' rushing defense is pretty good, but I mean it's just strictly volume play here. I mean if they're leading the entire game, Kamara's gonna get a carry or two on like every single drive. I mean you saw last week the Chargers whooped up on the Bears, and they have a worse defense. The Chargers do. So I think the Saints they're stopping the Bears on almost every drive, and they get up a couple scores and they're just able to run the ball. I mean last week Eckler had 15 carries with only 29 yards. So
Yeah, obviously we're not going to go to the yards because, like you said, like the Bears have had a pretty successful run defense, but yeah, the volume is all we're caring about at all.
Yeah, no, I like it a lot. I mean, there's no reason to get away from it until they make this line even higher. Or the Saints show that they're not going to want to use Kamara a crap ton, even if he's inefficient. So that's the thing. He hasn't been incredibly efficient on the ground, I believe, either, like with the yards, but they're still giving him the carries like crazy. So perfect game environment. Love the prop.
Yeah, so my audio may be weird too because I have kind of a I don't know, some allergies or something. I've lost my voice over the last 2 weeks, like 3 different times. So I don't know that it is the actual audio. It might just be my voice.
Yeah, it's probably a little bit of both. I think we're doing something wrong on the audio end, is my guess, because Tyler's voice sounds fine, like it's not echoing or anything weird in my headset, so I'm not sure really what the issue is. And I'm gonna go. I think that's 5 props. So I'm gonna go to our last one. Before we get to it, we got 119 of you guys in here. If you'll do us a favor, make sure you make sure you're subbed. You guys have gotten us over 1,200 subs, and that's freaking awesome. We haven't been doing it that long. You guys have been killing it for us. So, Jamel says this slip looks sexier than Prime Rihanna. So, we love to hear that. I'm gonna go to my prop. We got Jonathan Taylor. He's a poster boy of the YouTube channel. I'm not sure if this is a thing or not, but the YouTube thumbnail cover I think tends to hit more often than not. So just saying. But Jonathan Taylor at 67.5 rushing yards. I actually think he went down a yard since I last looked, which doesn't really make sense to me. It's his 5th game back from injury. His snaps have trended upward every single week. His first week he only got 15%, and in last week, in his 4th game back, he had 61% of the snaps. He still probably splits a big chunk of carries with Moss, as last week I think they were pretty 50-50. But I think that starts to trend more towards Taylor now that this is his 5th game back. They've paid him all this money. 61% of snaps last week. Maybe it goes up to 65 or 70. I don't think it drops below 60% though. Either way, on the books, he's projected for 14.5 carries, so we love to see that. I went back and looked throughout his career. Whenever he has gotten at least 14 carries, he's covered this line 26 of 32 times, which is insane. That's a huge number. It's almost a lock if we think he's going to get 14 carries. So he probably gets more. Indy are favorites. I think it's only by 2 points. And in Carolina, they're abysmal against the run. I think they're like the league worst or pretty close to it. So Taylor, he's covered this in the last 2 games, 75 and 95 yards. And those are against one was, I think it was the Bucks. They have like a top, no, it's the Browns, sorry. They have a really top tier run defense. And then the Saints, they're like pretty good as well, maybe more towards the middle, but both solid. And now he gets a cake matchup against Carolina. So absolutely loving the rush yards here.
Yeah, I think it's pretty good. I think Carolina's giving up over 5 yards a carry right now. So it's just too good of a prop, especially given what Taylor's capable of.
Hmm. And that's it, guys. It's that simple. I'm absolutely loving this slip. It always makes me nervous when I like a slip this much, just because I don't know. I feel like for some reason, I guess it can only disappoint if I love a slip like this. But I mean, we got a bunch of wagons here, in great spots. So we can answer some questions. I do see Adam Thielen receiving yards. I do have that as a second, in my second set of 3 plays, actually, if we were going to cook up another slip, because I love that one. But that's what.
Yeah,
Go
I
ahead.
have Adam Thielen. I have Adam Thielen in my second match too, just in case we went to another slip. So yeah, I'm in the same boat. I like Thielen as well.
Would I take JT at 69 yard? Yeah, dude. It like a yardage props when it's just like 1 or 2 props. It's not a big deal to take the bump. It's a bigger deal on taking bumps when it's like when it's small, like receptions for example, like a 1 reception bump. That means a pretty big amount. It's just 1 yard. Like that's like barely over 1% of this prop, so it's not a big deal. If a 5-man free entry, which picks should you exclude? I mean, I would just take your least favorite out of what we said based on your own gut. That's what I would do. Um, if I had to choose, I guess I would take out the tackle prop, but that's only because I don't really ever do tackle props. It's nothing against the prop, so I don't know.
Zach, so you're supposed to show us the really cute
Oh,
shirt your wife made
gosh.
you.
I'll show it. My wife made a ZROB in the Mob t-shirt. And check out this. I don't know, Tyler, if you can see. I got my hat in from Betr from forever ago for hitting 100x.
Oh, nice.
Just got it in. So, 100x club. There's probably a few of you guys in here that were on that ticket with me too. So, Sammy Sosa Howell over passing yards. Oh gosh, we're getting asked for some more slips. Hill touchdown prop. Yeah, I like it.
One more slip. One more slip.
This is what we're gonna go with. Let me tweet out. We can answer some questions and maybe we can cook up a little community. So I got 3 more props. Thielen was one of them. So
Yeah. Still knows. Another possible for me as well.
sorry guys, I'm just tweeting out. Make sure everybody can come get it.
So somebody was saying Kenneth Walker rush attempts. I don't even see that. Oh, there it is. There it is. Yes, at 13.5 favored on the under kind of scares me a little bit.
Because their matchups
It's the Ravens. Yeah. It's a tough one. So I think I'm going to kind of avoid that one.
Yeah.
I normally would be all over a Kenneth Walker rushing attempt prop because he's been a wagon pretty much.
Especially at 13.5. And he probably could still hit it. You just got to hope the Seahawks don't go down, which I think they're like touchdown underdogs. So that's concerning for a rushing attempt prop, especially when it's favored under.
Yeah, it seems like Caleb Williams heard the outcry of he's not going to ever make it. Apparently putting on a show currently.
Is he balling?
Apparently so. Let's go look at him.
Oh, this is
Yeah,
he's. Go ahead.
He's 16 for 20 for 190 yards and 2 touchdowns. So
What quarter is it?
and the third quarter, and he's got a rushing touchdown. So 3 touchdowns put up on the board already. So yeah, he's kind of
cooking.
Kind of doing a little something, yeah.
He's cooking. Look at that. 200 plus people in here now. All to get to slip. They weren't watching us, but it's okay. All you guys that are coming here for the slip, just leave a like right before you leave. Subscribe. It'll all be forgiven. We'll all hit a 25x. I think we can cook up one more, Tyler, if you want to. I don't know.
Yeah.
I got
I'm down.
3 good ones. I think good ones. We already got Adam Thielen, so I'm gonna give it just a few more seconds. If you guys have any more questions or want to talk about any other props, hit us up real quick before we start the second slip. I got a flip nuke coming also. I don't know if you guys have been watching the flip nukes. We're 4 for 4 on them, betting our entire bankroll. So I got one coming for the early game tomorrow.
Bro, this has to be something with my internet slash my setup here, because another echoes thing. That's so annoying.
Yeah, I don't. It has to be the way we're pulling it in. Is my guess. I really don't know. We need an expert to come help us.
Yeah, for sure.
Favorite two for the slip? I would say my favorite prop on this. That's tough. I really like a lot of these. I'm gonna say Travis Kelce fantasy score.
Mine's probably the tackles and assist prop for David Mayo.
Favorite is the tackle prop.
Yeah, dude, I love that one.
We up to 200 views. We got a hit. You are absolutely right, Tramel. It's our guy.
Yeah, Jeffrey. Oh no, he's retracted his message. I don't know. I got a new mic, so it shouldn't be doing this. But who the heck knows at this point? It's really annoying.
All right. Well, let's cook up this other slip. We've had enough time. Everybody should have it in by now. I can't believe we've gone through this without a single bump. That's unreal. Especially the way Prizepicks has been bumping NBA props.
I swear.
WFW, I got you. I got the touchdown nuke. It's coming soon on Twitter. Don't you worry. Go look at Sports Battle. I don't have Sports Battle. I've never played there. So, I don't really. It must be a promo, maybe. Hopefully it is. Or maybe a really low line. But let's cook up this other slip. Let me get this zoomed back right real quick. I'm pretty sure we're all in a consensus for Thielen.
Yeah.
Somebody brought it up. I mean, there's not much to say. He's been a wagon. I can't remember how good Indiana's defense is. I don't think they're that good. Yeah, they're pretty bad against the pass. So, and Bryce Young, he's been playing better as well. So, his top target guy, he's been an absolute wagon. Just take it over. Is 69 receiving yards the best prop for him, or?
It's 6.5 catches. Is that what it is?
6.5 catches or 69 receiving yards.
I don't think it matters either way. I think it's pretty close.
I'm gonna look just real quick, but I really don't think it matters either. Adam Thielen has covered his 6.5 receiving line 6 of 7 this year, and he's covered the receiving yards 5 of 7. So
maybe a little bit towards the receptions then.
I actually think the odds are favored under 6.5 for some reason. Let me look on here. Yeah, odds favored. Well, DraftKings is pretty even, but a couple of the smaller books are favored under, which I think is weird. Or you can just go with fantasy.
Well.
I don't know. Nah, his fantasy doesn't have, like, he's missed barely. So that may be pretty spot on if he doesn't score a touchdown. I don't know.
Yeah.
What are you thinking? You like receptions or receiving yards? I had
I liked receptions earlier, but it's so close to me. I don't think it matters that much, honestly.
Yeah, I think both. We'll just go with receptions. He's hit one extra game, so might be a little bit of a lean. I'll go to a prop. I brought it up to Tyler. I think he was liking it too. It's Geno Smith, 34 pass attempts. It is bumped, but I don't think it matters. Baltimore has given this over 6 of 8 times this year. The 2 misses were against Pickett, who had 32. And as a game, Baltimore actually lost 17-10. So, like, Pittsburgh wasn't having to throw the ball a lot. It was just kind of a grinded-out type of game. And then the other was against Tennessee, where Tannehill got hurt in, and Tennessee passes at one of the lowest volumes in the league anyways. They were losing, but they still didn't get there. Everything else, teams have went over this pass attempt line. Geno has cashed his 4 of 7. His 3 misses were like week 1, where Seattle just played terrible. The other 2 were games that he didn't have to throw a ball a lot, against the Giants in Arizona. You get them as underdogs as well, which is huge. Baltimore's very tough against the run, so Seahawks probably don't have much success running the ball. So if they want to stay competitive, or if they have to play catch up, they're gonna have to pass the ball a lot. This 34 seems pretty freaking good to me. So, and I think Tyler was liking it too earlier.
Yeah, I think that's a good one as well. It's something I looked at earlier in the week, especially when it's at 33.5 and I've seen it, but still good at 34.
Perfect.
Yeah, I think a lot of people talked about this one quite a bit earlier, and it's just a little bit of a different prop. I think they did. They were talking about Sam Howell's passing yards, and I think I'm leaning more towards his passing attempts, but that's not surprising anybody. He's really been slinging it quite a bit. It's that 34.5 is a line that they have. DraftKings has that favorite over -125. Some of the other ones have it favorite under, which is odd. FanDuel's already bumped it to 35.5. So you get a little bit of value in those two major sports books. He's already thrown it over 40 times in the last two, 4 out of the last 5, and then he's hit it 5 out of 8 games already this year. So I think that the Commanders just don't run it all that well, especially tomorrow. I think they're going to struggle against the Patriots. Patriots at home, they seem to do a little bit better there. I just think with small underdogs, the Commanders really do have to throw it. The books kind of like it. They're letting Sam Howell just sling it all over the place. And I think the attempts are going to be shot just a little bit better than those yards that a lot of people mentioned. So I'm going to take it over at 34.5. I do think that probably trends up as the day goes on tomorrow and before it's noon, because it has already kind of trended up a little bit throughout the day. And if FanDuel's already bumped it, DraftKings is moving it forward. I think it's just a matter of time before the other books follow.
Yeah, I think it's solid for sure. Sam's been slinging it, so hopefully he continues to do so. And then, like the last 2 weeks, you've had some good quarterbacks, like Josh Allen with 41 attempts against New England, Tua with 45 against New England.
Mm-hmm.
So it just seems like teams, or the better teams, are kind of wanting to target New England through the air. I have my third. I had Thielen, Geno, and then I had Saquon as my second set of 3. Saquon at 77 rush yards. I don't have a write-up on him, so I'm going to kind of research on the fly. Last week against the Jets, he had 128 yards. He had like 500 carries that game, or something crazy. Let me pull up his rush yards real quick, and we can take a look. Let's see. All right, so Saquon. The Raiders, they're one of the league worst against the run also. I mean, you can look here. They're ranked 30th in rush yards allowed at 140 per game, according to Props.cash. And then we can go down here. It's not going to show us. Here we go. Running backs against them. Gibbs hit them for 152 last week. Absolutely crazy. Oh, look. Craig Reynolds in the same game hit him for 74. Also crazy. The week before, Deontay Foreman hit him for 89. And then, like, Ramondre and Zeke, 46 and 34. They haven't been too great on the ground this year. A.J. Dillon for 76. So, like, teams are putting up big numbers against the Raiders. Let's look and see real quick what they're favored on the books. Here we go. And we kind of got 18 to 19.5 game according to Vegas. Really low. It's projected to be grinded out. Daniel Jones is back. It doesn't really matter. I think they're going to continue to feed Saquon like crazy. I mean, he has an 18.5 rush attempts prop, so he's going to get a lot of work. And against a team that gives up a lot of yards on the ground, he doesn't even need the volume really to hit that 77.5. So I also like the rush attempts, but I think rush yards are just a tad better.
Nice. There's a couple of different things that I'm looking to I'm looking at. It looks like Aiden O'Connell's interception props popped up on the optimizer. Right up to the top. It wasn't up there earlier. It's kind of a little further down the list. So seems like that's been good. He's thrown an interception in each game he's played in.
Hmm.
And in Chicago, he only threw 13 passes and still threw an interception.
That's interesting.
So yeah, that's a little interesting. The odds have been trending up pretty heavily
Yeah, that'll be
throughout
removed
the day.
probably on Prizepicks.
Yeah, I agree. The concerning part is the Giants have only picked off 4 passes the entire year, so that's not ideal.
No.
But I'm not going to take it. But I'm just letting you guys know that that one's popping up pretty heavily on the optimizer.
Yeah, no, it's a good shout out for sure. I mean, it's good, great odds based play. Even at Deshaun Watson pass attempts, that's interesting. I don't trust Deshaun Watson to make it through a football game, but
yeah, that one I'm not trusting either. But I understand why it's popped up there. There's like one more that I liked. It's like really, I don't really know how to describe the feeling I get when I try to take these kind of props.
oh no.
But it doesn't feel good. I mean, I just
Is it a
took Sam
kicker
Howell.
prop?
It's not a kicker prop. It's not that bad.
Okay.
But I just took a Sam Howell prop. So it seems like I'm scraping the barrel with these quarterbacks.
Oh gosh.
But I have another quarterback that I do kind of like in 34.5 passing attempts. It's Baker Mayfield.
Okay.
You don't feel
That's a
good
stud.
about when you.
Oh, Baker's a stud.
He's something, all right. You just don't ever feel really that great when you take Baker Mayfield and Sam Howell in the same slip. So, chat, I get it. If you want to roast me, like, whatever.
I was Baker this week.
But he's really picked up the passing volume in the last 3 weeks. Albeit that's been against Detroit, Atlanta, and Buffalo. He gets a matchup this week in a game with the Texans, who have been much improved this year. So that's obviously good to see. But the Texans have been good on the ground. They've only given up 140 yards on the ground all year in just 7 games. So, that's like one of the lowest of one of the 10 lowest in the league. And Baker's already covered this again, like I said, in his last 3. So odds are favoring this over a little bit right now, especially on the major ones. Like DraftKings has it at minus 125. Some of the other ones are closer to the even line, but I trust DraftKings a little bit more. And then Baker on the road, I think, makes it a little bit better of a prop for us. So it is risky, and it's a tad bit scary, but I do think I'm going to go with that Baker Mayfield 34.5 passing attempts and close my eyes, nobody else.
I think that's 5 of them, right?
Yeah, that should be 5.
Do you have another one, or
Well,
go with
my other one was stealing,
Yes,
so
yeah.
we both kind of had that one.
Yeah, no, I like Baker. I was considering his pass yards, actually. I'm just trying to look in chat to see if they got something that they're liking. We got some Tyreek. I got actually several Tyreek stands. Like, Luis said it. Senbillion said it. Ace is liking it. Jeffrey's liking it. I almost feel like we have to go Tyreek. And I'm fine with it personally. I love Tyreek tomorrow. It's a great passing environment. The chat, we got some Shaheed.
I was going to say Shaheed was pretty popular earlier as well.
Justin's loving Shaheed. We can have a chat pick for the last play. I mean, Shaheed's been a wagon too. I don't know what he's talking about, receiving yards for Shaheed.
Yeah, a lot of people said receiving yards for Shaheed.
Oh gosh, let me fix that real quick. There we go. Everything Tyreek, exotic. I think Tyreek seems to be the community play for the most part.
The only problem is, it's not that big of a problem, but we took Waddle in the last slip, so I mean, they both can still hit.
But if we take the TD prop, it doesn't really affect it much, honestly. I'm trying to pull up his odds on him scoring a touchdown. Minus 125 on DK. minus 134 on a couple of their books. So everybody says Hill's getting in the end zone, Tyler.
Oh my gosh.
I think it's the play. We could take fantasy score to be safer, but if have it clicked in the slip.
Yeah, I'm not really. I'm not what you would call an expert on anytime touchdowns. So
I mean, Hill has gotten to the end zone pretty much every single game this year. Let's pull it up real quick. Where's he at? Oh! He's gotten in the end zone every single game but one this year.
oh boy,
I mean,
that seems like more of your expertise here.
that is why the chat is on it, and I can't deny them. Can't deny them that, man. Let's see. In games with Tua, going back to last year, he's covered this in 62%, as well as 12 of his last 15 games. It's a lock.
Yikes. Yeah, I'm gonna let you do that one. So
Hey,
obviously you're the touchdown king.
not
I'm
the
more of the
touchdown
tackles
king.
prop. I'm more of the tackles king. You know, maybe the pass attempts here and there, but I'm gonna leave the touchdowns to you.
Hey, we're gonna take it. I'm gonna lock it in real quick too on my phone. We're gonna do Thielen receptions, Geno Smith pass attempts, Sam Howell, or who said it? Trammell, Sammy Sosa Howell.
Sammy Sosa Howell.
34.5 pass attempts. Barkley over 77 rushing yards. And Baker Mayfield, so many pass attempt props. What the heck? Baker Mayfield over 34.5 pass attempts. And Tyreek the Wagon getting in that end zone. Dude, he's going to pass for a touchdown tomorrow. You heard it here first.
Heard it here first.
It would count. We do have that possibility. I got it locked in, guys. But I think that's going to do it. Appreciate you guys. Send Million said locky lock. Kamara receiving yards. You can't go wrong with a Kamara receiving prop either. I think Tyler was also liking his receptions earlier. Just as much as rush attempts. So Hurts first half passing. I love Hurts tomorrow. I'm playing him in a game stack against the Cowboys. I think he has a big day. But yeah, so that's gonna be it. This is second slip. We'll get these. Are we gonna post these on Twitter, Tyler? Maybe in a little bit. Give them like 30 minutes.
Yeah.
You gotta come here to get the stream to get the priority.
Yeah, absolutely.
Slips. Appreciate that, Lauren. You're the best also. Yeah, I know you're always in here, so we appreciate you. We got 200 of you guys in here. Before we leave, just go ahead and like it. Make sure you're subbed. I know a lot of you probably are at this point. We appreciate you guys coming, hanging out with us, as always. It's been a minute. I mean, it was since Monday, so we definitely missed you guys. Be on the lookout for a Sunday night football stream tomorrow at 6. We got a good game tomorrow night, I believe. Oh, we got a great game, actually. It's the Bengals and the Bills. So
Oh yeah.
that's gonna be a great Sunday night football live stream. I know I saw some Kincaid receiving yards. Absolutely love that prop for tomorrow. We don't usually bring up Sunday night football props just because we don't want to double down later on in the night. So favorite 2 pick for this one, probably Saquon for me. His rush yards.
And then Thielen.
Gotta go Thielen.
Yeah, appreciate it. Send millions.
Oh, he retracted. He said he unsubbed.
Oh, dang it.
Angel said he's got 5 subs for tomorrow. Dude, I think this will be my 6 on Prizepicks, and then I don't know. Hopefully no more. You never know with value though. Got NBA still tomorrow. But yeah, we appreciate you guys. Sorry I keep getting carried away. Look at the chat. Tyler, you have anything else to say?
Cash money.
Cash money. All right, guys. We'll see you tomorrow. Let's go back-to-back Sundays, cash in a big slip. Last week was a 10x because of a push, or because of a DMP. This week, we're hitting that 25x, maybe 2 of them. So, all right, guys. We'll see you tomorrow. Peace.